We live in a day and age where a high percentage of females and a select minority of men over the age of 18 provide content. Due to YouTube and the crappy automated system reviewing everything, I'll be calling porn content to people. It's quite disappointing, honestly, since a lot of them consider this a valid form of work and income. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've always been one who's constantly disappointed at society, whether it be eating detergent pods, or putting Gorilla Glue in one's hair, or better yet, thinking that you can use real-life cheat codes to hack society. Actually, f*** it, let's just watch it anyway.
This is how to hack the Matrix using cheat codes of the universe. This is how I manifested $20,000 in 1 week. Here are the cheat codes you have all been asking for. How to manifest unexpected money.
Real solution, get a job.
How to manifest love.
Here's the real solution, go on Tinder or Bumble.
How to manifest good grades.
Or here's a better one, you can study. Next.
How to manifest beauty.
Cheat code for beauty. Let that just sink in. A cheat code for beauty. You know, doesn't matter that you have imperfections. The whole time, you could have just said a cheat code. You know, I've spent my whole 20 years on this planet being some below average looking Chinese boy with the body of a Japanese schoolgirl, to only realise that just now, that some random girl on the internet told me I could have just said a cheat code to look better. I feel like such a schmuck. You know, screw it. I'm not watching anymore. I physically can't. I feel like ripping my eyes out of my socket. This is just horrible. This is painful to watch. Well, now that it's over, I just physically can't believe I live in a time and age where people will literally just recite game codes to cheat life. It makes no sense. I don't get why people try to justify their delusion, but this just takes the cake. And when I say cake, I mean the same type of cake you'd see the fat asses at Costco who also buying 23 cases of Mountain Dew would also buy. Now, today, we're looking at a massive epidemic that's spread pretty much across the whole Western world. So unless you live in Poland, you're pretty much susceptible to it. Now, if you haven't guessed already, we're talking about thoughts and kumas. Now first, cue cliched Law and Order theme. Now, kumas are not the main reason for this problem. I mean, they are part of it, but they are not the main source of the problem. If you don't have a clue of what this term means, I would strongly suggest Googling it. And on top of that, I would advise not checking Google Images, as you'll probably not like what you have to see. Now, back to what I was saying. You must understand that kumas themselves are not the problem, as they are essentially the bottom feeding amoebas in this. They're essentially the crack addicts in this crack peddling society. So, yeah. Now, if they weren't exposed to content in the way that they were, they probably wouldn't have ended up like this at all. In fact, where they have to literally start going at it each time they see a moderately attractive woman, it's just disappointing. It's really sad, and the fact that they have to justify their addiction is a sign of it. Just like a middle-aged white woman trying to justify getting a tramp stamp at the age of 45, or trying to justify why they're drinking white wine spritzers at 11 o'clock in the morning. But what I really don't get is why men would spend money on these OnlyFans models when you know for a fact they literally don't care about you. You're nothing but a pay pig to them. They wouldn't even spit on you if you were on fire. It's just a joke. If you're going to spend it on a woman, spend it on a bloody date. Or spend it on your mother. Literally, for Pete's sake. It's self-explanatory. Why would you fund these degenerate lifestyles? And on top of that, why would you fund a woman who literally don't care about you? You could off yourself. Trust me, you could off yourself. And the only time they'd message you is asking you why you haven't subscribed this month. It's just really disappointing that men will literally put out their wallet, pay $15 a month to see some woman's baps, when you could easily just go and Google search online because some idiot's probably leaked it online. It's a joke. The mentality behind it, I just don't get it. But maybe it's just me. If people want to know a solution, or just kumas wanting to have a solution, it's honestly pretty simple. As it just boils down to one thing in particular. It's get outside. I can't stress this enough. It's literally get outside. Honestly, whether it's going on a date, finding a hobby, or just plain and simple getting help for your addiction to content, going outside is your best friend. Spending money to fund someone's degenerate lifestyle because it pleasures you in your nether regions isn't good for you. It's short-term gratification, and you as a person deserve better. Seek a more meaningful thing instead of hopping on the hub. I genuinely understand though that some people enjoy whacking one out once in a while. I honestly do. But when it's at a point where you're addicted and you can't stop, there's a problem. Now, on to... I can't stress this enough. Both men and women are in the wrong for this. The men who post content, even though they're in the minority, plus the Kumas, who I mentioned before, I said the one who actually give money to these women. It's really a symbiotic relationship as they enable each other's degeneracy. The problem mainly is on the women who do it, and I stress, not all women. Just specifically the ones who sell their explicit photos or exploit their bodies on sites like OnlyFans, or Premium Snapchat, or better yet, Twitch. Ugh. I'm not going to deny there's major money to be made. Only an idiot would disagree. But are you really surprised? You're literally selling your body like a to men who literally cannot control their urges. You're literally a crack dealer trying to flog crack to the crack addicts.
Hey, Peter, just thought I'd check on you. Oh my God! Government came and took my baby!
It's gross and immoral. That's what I'm saying. But then you have the cheek of those who liked doing it to say, oh, I'm empowering myself and I'm inspiring other women to follow my footsteps. No, you're not. You literally have men busting ones to pictures of you, of images that are completely NSFW. There's nothing empowering about it. To them, you're nothing but a slab of meat. Empowering are positions of power, such as being in the government, being a lawyer, being a doctor, being a manager at CX. Having a good family and leaving a legacy for your kids to remember you by. Really taking the piss is the women who then encourage other younger girls to go start on OnlyFans when they turn 18. You see it time and time again with these young girls on Twitter saying, oh, I can't wait till I'm 18 so I can start my OnlyFans. It's just gross. It's a really bad sentiment and it leaves a really bad taste in most people's mouths when they come to look at either you or the person creating the OnlyFans. So hope you do realise that when your body is no longer appealing to men, when it's like some burlap, dried up sack, nobody that literally not even your stepdad will touch, that your career is pretty much over. And that your images will be permanently online in some inevitable OnlyFans mega leak. So yeah, your prospects of getting a job will be shot in the foot. Even Forever 21 won't hire you, which is embarrassing. And your kids, if you can even find a man who will want to be with you, will be mocked relentlessly in school. Trust me, it will happen. And again, it all links back to short-term gratification, where if you go down this path, and I quote, chasing the bag, you'll end up feeling degraded, and any potential you had in life is squandered, and it's non-existent anymore. And to make sure this content isn't biased, I can't say it with a straight face, I have some tips for those of you who are thinking of starting an OnlyFans or thinking of stopping. Finish your education. Just finish your damn education. It's not that hard. Of course your first job won't pay as well as saying these risque images. But surely as a woman you want to be valued by your parents, by your significant other, by your future kids. And selling your body really is not the way to go. What's a couple years of education and working hard for 20 years down the line where you're living a great life and you have nothing to worry about, and you don't have to worry about your kids getting bullied either. It's just a joke, literally. If you don't want little Billy going into school and saying on what my parents, when he's asked what my parents will do for a living, and say, oh, my mother's a then don't do it. Really, just don't do it. What I'm trying to say is you'll thank me if you follow this advice. It's genuine common sense most of the time, and if you don't, well, that one's on you.